वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे पुलारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्रा येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णा प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमया प्रदीपः. Namo Namaha. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are joining. Welcome to the Bhagavad Gita class. I am in Bangalore. It's a lockdown in Bangalore. I could not go to other places, so it's an opportunity for me to reconnect with everyone through Bhagavad Gita. Mahabharata, Bhara means heaviness, and the most heaviest, if you keep Mahabharata on one side and all the scriptures of the world on the other side, Mahabharata weighs heavier. That is why it is called as Mahabharata. Mahabharata, it's a story of Pandavas and Kauravas. Pandavas representing the virtuous and Kauravas representing the negative forces. Always negative forces are more in number. Kauravas 100 in number. Even for in the battlefield, 11 battalions were representing the Kauravas, and on Pandava side 7 battalions. Total 18 battalions fought the war. To the Mahabharata war, it says people from Cambodia came to fight the battle. People from the Indonesia side, from China, from Russia, and from Persia, from wherever, from different places, people came to fight the battle. It is not a battle for the piece of land, it is a battle for the value based. We had to fight for the value based. It is not for a piece of land. Piece of land, we see the battle all across, everywhere people are fighting for a piece of land. It is not for the piece of land, it is for the value, it is the good and evil. You have to stand up for the good, and Shri Krishna says, Yatho in the Mahabharata, Bhishmacharya says, Yatho dharmo tata Krishna, Yatho Krishna tata Jayah. Where there is a virtuous, Lord will be there. Where the Lord Shri Krishna is there, there is a sure victory. We are impatient of our sadhana. We can't do the sadhana. We want a shortcut. It says there is no shortcut. You have to endure. That is the sadhana is called as tapas. Not to look for a shortcut. And when the game is very challenging, you will start enjoying the outcome. If everything is easy, if the exam is too easy, everyone gets 100%, there is no joy. If a serious student studies hard to pass the exam, that student will be appreciating himself. Yes, it's worth my effort. If it's worth the effort, and there were so many obstacles for Pandavas. They did not give up. The Pandavas, all the divine incarnation, all the Devas took birth. They took incarnation, and Duryodhana representing the Kali. He is the negative to the core, and Bhima to the positive to the core. Too extreme. That is why too extreme, and Duryodhana was very jealous of Bhima. Because he was good in everything. Whatever he touches, he was excellent. Duryodhana could not stand that one, and he tried his best. Once when Pandavas were they came back to Hastinapura. Once the Pandu died at the age of 16, the Yudhishthira, Kunti brought along with all rishis. They came back to Hastinapura. Hastinapura they came, and Vedavyasa also said they are the legitimate children of Pandu. You have to accept that one. And when Pandavas are so honest, so noble, everyone in the country, they were praising them. They were so happy with Pandavas. Duryodhana could not tolerate the fame of Pandavas. He along with the Shakuni devised a plan. Shakuni once came to, he told along with Duryodhana, came to Yudhishthira saying that Shakuni said, your son has become very pale, and Dhritarashtra anyway he could not see. He asked what was the reason. He said there is a festival is happening in Varanavrata. It's a faraway land. There is a temple, annual function is there. We want our Pandavas to go there, go there. Duryodhana was thinking that there is no one representing us. We want Pandavas to go. And Duryodhana told Dhritarashtra that we have made all arrangements for accommodation of Pandavas, and he built a palace made up of wax, easily combustible material. The in charge was Purochana was none other than a minister under Ravana. He was called as Prahasta. He was a minister under Ravana. He was born as Purochana. And Pandavas, the Dhritarashtra called Pandavas, and he had an inkling that what is going to happen, but still he was attached to his children, Duryodhana, and he asked Pandavas to go to the Varanavrata. He did not say go and come. He said you go, and we will let you know when to come back. Yudhishthira did not mind. He went there, and at that time Viduh, the brother of Dhritarashtra, he gave a hint to Yudhishthira, gave a hint in a coded language: be mindful of poison, be mindful of fire, in a coded language. And Yudhishthira was trained in a coded language. Kings were trained to understand the coded language. Everything cannot be told straight in a simple language. Only Yudhishthira understood. And when he went to Varanavrata, that palace, and when he went there, he started sniffing the walls. He realized this is a easily combustible material. He knew that one. And Purochana, as they went, he said, I am tired of Duryodhana. I am sick of Duryodhana. I want to change sides from Duryodhana to your side. I don't trust Duryodhana. I want to be your friend. And please accept me. The Yudhishthira knew the intention of Purochana, and Purochana wanted Pandavas to sleep. When they were asleep, he wanted to put a fire to the building. Everyone at that night went fast asleep, but Bhima did not sleep. He was guarding. Purochana wanted Bhima to sleep. 1 day over, 2 days over, 1 month over, and Purochana was tired. This Bhima is not at all sleeping. He can't put a fire to the building, so he called his sister. Sister had the 5 children. 5 children. Her sister is an incarnation of Tataka in Ramayana. She did intense tapas to Lord Shiva and asked for a boon. What the boon is, she wanted to become Shiva's husband. Shiva's wife. Her boon, I want to become your wife and I want to replace Parvati. And Shiva said it can be provided you, and she also said we should not die. And Shiva said you won't die provided all 5 children plus you do not stay together. If you do not stay together, you won't die. So this Purochana, he called his sister, and she came along with her children, 5 children and sister, and Purochana asked his sister to bring laddus, hundreds of laddus with heavy poison in that one. Heavy poison, and the moment you smell, you should faint and die. That much of poison kalakuta, that much of poison is there. And she brought those laddus, and at the gate, Bhima saw the laddu. He said, I want this laddu, and I don't want to give it to anyone. I want to eat it myself. Purochana was very happy. This Bhima alone is the problematic person, and he will be dead now. And Bhima ate one laddu after another, and he was intact. Nothing happened to Bhima. He had the digestive fire. Bhima is called as Vrkodara. Vrka means wolf. Udara means stomach. Wolf has a huge, it can digest, it can eat, it's a glutton, it can eat so many things that it can digest because of the digestive fire. Bhima had the digestive fire, it could consume even the heaviest of the poison. That fire is so illumined, he could able to digest even the heaviest of the poison. The Bhima is called as Vrkodara, and Purochana got frustrated. Bhima is not going to sleep. So that night he decided to sleep. He got exhausted. I myself will sleep. And he slept with his sister and 5 children. And Bhima, in the meantime, Vidura had organized a tunnel digger. He made a tunnel from the palace to the Ganga river. And Bhima lit the fire to the building and took all 5 children and his mother, Kunti and 4 brothers and Kunti, and the brothers and Kunti were so exhausted they could not even walk. Bhima literally carried all 4 brothers and his mother on his shoulder. They went out through the tunnel, and Vidura had organized a boatman in the Ganga river, and they boarded the boat and crossed the Ganga. Whereas the building was burnt, and next day Duryodhana got the news that building was burnt. And he got the news that there are five men, one lady and another one, Purochana, 6 men and 1 lady got burnt. He got a news and he started shedding crocodile tears. It should not have happened. My closest cousins, they should not have died. And he started shedding the crocodile tears. He did not have any empathy for his minister also. He was happy that his minister Purochana died also. No compassion. Only Vidura knew what happened and he did not tell this one. And Bhishma and Drona, everyone gave an oblation to the deceased. They gave a tarpana also. After giving the tarpana, Vidura quietly went to Bhishmacharya and said, Pandavas are safe. Keep it to yourself. And he told that one. And only Bhishma knew, and Dhritarashtra, for the time being, he was happy. Now my son is happy. And entire kingdom belongs to my son. And he was, though he was blind, he had a blind attachment to his son. That led to the ruin of the Kauravas. The too much of attachment, he turned blind eyes to the wrong things. And this is the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita we are covering. It is called as Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga. In this chapter, it says you should not have blind attachment to anything. This chapter is exclusively dedicated, it's exclusively addresses, exclusively directed towards the great achievers. This message is not even taught in Harvard or Booth School or Princeton School, Management School. This management principle is not taught anywhere. Here in Bhagavad Gita, it talks about if you want to be a great leader, how you can become a great leader. I always say there are so many managers but hardly any leaders in the world. So many managers. Everyone says I'm a manager, but hardly any leaders. If you look across the world, hardly any leaders. Shri Krishna, this chapter makes us a great leader, inspires us to become a great leader, great achiever. How to become a great achiever in your life, this chapter inspires us to become a great leader, great inspirer, inspire the generations to come. And in the 1st chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna was depressed. Arjuna, initially he thought he was the doer, and when Lord Shri Krishna placed the chariot in front of Kauravas, Bhishma and Dronacharya and his relative, the attachment, he started attaching himself to them. Because of the attachment, he could not bring out the best in him. Earlier, he was the best archer, but because of his blind attachment, my grandfather, my great-grandfather, my teacher, and he forgot about the purpose. So is most of us. We have come here to do something extraordinary, but in our life, we on the way, in the life journey, we lost the plot. We got attached to this one, and we forgot the purpose of our life. And I was telling yesterday in yoga class also, if I am in 80 years and if I look back, how did I come here? I was supposed to be there. How did I land up here? Because of our the trivial attachment to our possessions, our family relations, my possessions, and we forgot the purpose of our life. The purpose of our life is to exploit your full potential. Shri Krishna says, this Bhagavad Gita, it's not the first time I am teaching. I have taught this one earlier to the son. I have from son it has gone to Ikshvakave, Manu to Ikshvakave. This parampara has been coming from one generation to another generation. Now, because of over the time, this knowledge is lost. That is why I am telling you again. It says Bhagavad Gita is not the first time. Lord is telling this one time and again. Whenever there is a decadence of the knowledge, He appears to instill confidence in the good people. Time to time He appears. And Shri start on the 4th chapter. Shri bhagavan uvacha imam vivasvate yogam proktavan aham avyayam vivasvan manave praha manur ikshvakave bravit evam parampara-praptam imam rajarshayo viduh kaleneha mahata yogo nashtah parantapa evayam maya tedya yogah proktah puratana bhaktosi me sakha cheti rahasyam hetaduttamam. This adhya, now I will tell you again what I told in the past. Adhya, what I told in the past, now I am repeating and I am telling you because you are not ordinary. You are a devotee of mine as well as you are a friend. We have to treat Lord with, we should not have fear of God. We should not talk about God. I am a God-fearing person. Instead of God-fearing, you should say, I am a God-loving person. No fear. What is the fear? And He is within everyone. He knows what is right. Whatever the mistakes I do, He condones that one. I should not be scared. God-fearing, it's not God-fearing. I am a God-loving person. Bhakta, I am a devotee with love. Devotee not with fear. Out of fear, I haven't become a devotee. Out of love, I have become a devotee. And Arjuna uvacha aparam bhavato janma param janma vivasvataham katametad vijaniyam tvamado proktavaniti. You are born, you are contemporary of mine. You are born only 6 or 7 months before me. You are born in the same year. You are born in Shravana or Bhadrapada, and I am born in Palguna. We are almost of the same age. How should I believe that you taught this one to son and before? You are along with me. Shri bhagavan uvacha bahuni me vyatitani janmani tavacharjuna thanyaham veda sarvani natvam veta parantapa. Bahuni me vyatitani. For many births we have born many times. Bahuni me vyatitani, you and me, but I remember everything. you don't remember anything. You don't know the past, you don't know the future, you don't know the present. You think you are an expert. And Shri Krishna says, for me, past, present and future is an open book. For you, you don't remember the past, present and the future. And ajopi sanvyayatma bhutanamishwaropi san prakatim swamadhisthaya sambhavamyatma-mayaya. And you are born out of compulsion. You have no choice in which family to be born, which country to be born, which religion to be born. And you don't have choice in selecting your parents or country or faith or religion. Whereas me, I have full freedom. Prakriti, I use the Prakriti, Atma-mayaya. I use the Prakriti as my tool to appear. For me, no restriction. For you, you are conditioned. You have to be born in a particular family. Why I am born in this family? I don't know. Why I am born in India? I don't know. Why I am born in Australia? I don't know. I have no freedom. Whereas for the Lord, everything, it's no boundaries for Him. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharatam abhyuttanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati yada yada hi dharmasya Dharma, I also mentioned in the previous classes. Dharma is called as yoga. Yoga means balance. When the dharma loses the balance, when adharma becomes too heavy and to set it right, he appears. The imbalance, wherever there is an imbalance, he appears to set it right. The balance. Yoga means balance. Yoga means balance. Lord is called as Yogeshwara. One who is the one who sets everything in order, in balance. Balance means we need both negative and positive forces. If negative forces were not there, if Kauravas were not there, we would not have been reading about Pandavas. If negative one were not there, we would not have been talking greatness of Arjuna, Bhima, Yudhishthira, Kunti, great characters. We would not have been reading about the Mahabharata. The negative force must be there. It makes if everything is in abundance, we go into complacency. When the negativity is there, when challenges are there, when lot of challenges are there, it gives us an impetus for us to do sadhana in our life. If the challenges are not there, we take life for granted. We squander our life. The good people, looking at the challenges, I want to set myself free. I don't like this type of life. I am so bound, there is no freedom. How can I escape this bondage? They start contemplating and they start doing sadhana. That Shri Krishna says that yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharatam abhyuttanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. And when the negativity rises to set the balance, he appears. Why he is appearing? Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma-sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge. To look after the good people. Shri Krishna says, I appear and I have no attachment to anyone, but I am attached to one who is attached to me. I have no friend or enemy. I am attached only to the devotees who are attached to me, to look after them, paritranaya sadhunam and vinashaya cha dushkritam, and wipe out the negativities. We always talk about so much of negativities. Look at them, they are enjoying the life. We see only a snapshot. We don't know the full picture. We get carried away looking at the snapshot. And you yourself can look at, if your father or grandfather had very difficult life, they did lot of practice, led a pure life, honest life. Their generation, it has their merit of sadhana has come to you. If you are successful in your life, if you are well off in your life, it is because of the noble life your ancestors had led. If you are taking a shortcut, bribery, corruption, and get quick rich scheme and compromising on the values, I appear to be winning, but slowly my generation will go into abjure poverty. And slowly it decadence in the own family. Shri Krishna says, never compromise on the value. It may be tough, but victory will be on your side. Janma karma cha me devyam evam yo veti tatvataham tektva deham punarjanma naiti mameti sorjunam. My appearance and disappearance and my action are glorious. Ordinary people won't understand this one. And understand, we don't know the greatness of the behind the Lord's appearance, His action. And what we see, what we read, it is only a small message. Behind that one, most of the things we don't understand. One who understands this one, the greatness of the Lord's action and appearance, and naiti mameti tektva deham punarjanma. After that person will find a path to the liberation. That person also will find a path to liberation. Vitaraga bhaya krodha manmaya mamupashritaha bahavo jnana tapasam puta madbhavamagataha. Without vitaraga bhaya krodha, without attachment, bhaya, fear and anger, and come to me, mamu upashritaha bahavo jnana tapasa puta madbhavamagata. Many people without trivial attachment for the silly things and fear and anger, many great people have come to me. Yo evayam mam prapadyante stanstataiva bhajamyaham mama vartmano avartante manushya partha sarvashah kankshanta karmanam siddhim yajanta iha devataha kshipram hi manushe loke siddhir bhavati karmajam. Kankshanta karmanam siddhi. And those who do not have patience to do the long practice, they try to take shortcut to approach the quick result. They start influencing, go to this minister, or that one who gives the quick result. Like Ganapati is called as Kshipra Prasada, Lord Shiva is called as Ashutosha, easily pleased. When Shri Krishna says, whatever comes to you with ease, it won't last with you. Many Rakshasas, they took the shortcut and they got that one, the fruit did not stay with them. Shortcut, the result, I will get quick result, but it won't last with me for long. If I want a lasting result, there should not be any shortcut in our life. For that, I should do the sadhana. I am not in a hurry. It's I am prepared in Rukmini in Srimad Bhagavatam also. It talks about, I am not in a hurry. 1 life, 10 life, million life, I don't care. I want the lasting result. I am not in a hurry. I want this one now. I know Rukmini says, those who are seeking for a quick result, it won't stay with them for long. For that, you have to be prepared to do the long sadhana. For that, you need a teacher, guru, who motivates you, inspires you to play the long innings in your life. Otherwise, we will be changing the track. From here I started, next way here, next day here, we will be going all over the place. Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam gunakarma vibhagashaham tasya kartaramapi imam vidya kartaram avyayam. 4 varnas, the color, the 4 grades of the society I created. Many Westerners, other day when I went to Singapore, somebody was saying that I don't like about India the 4 Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. Look at in Singapore, everyone is equal. That is the interpretation of the Britishers. They did not know the English word for Varna. They put it as caste. Caste is a psychological classification, whereas Shri Krishna is talking about caste is a physiological classification, and the Varna is a psychological classification. Psychological classification, and in every house we need 4 type of people. In every organization, we need 4 type of people. In every country, we need 4 type of people. Brahmana is the one, like in organization, R&D department. R&D department, they plan ahead. In 10 years time, what product we have to launch. They foresighted. They are called as Brahmana. Kshatriya is the one, he is a short-term based implementation. Whatever now, I have to implement. Vaishya is the one, make sure that my product is distributed well so that most people get benefit out of my product. My product, it should be marketed. What I know is not important. How I can communicate what I know to others, that is a differentiator. I may be knowing so many things, if I do not know how to sell what I have, the product is wasted. Product is wasted. And Vaishya is the one, he may or she makes sure that the good things are distributed everywhere. Shudra is the one, is the support staff. Every organization must have a support staff. Only organization cannot run only on the R&D people and good administrator and good marketing. It needs a support of a foundation of support staff. Support staff is called as Shudra. The entire organization is standing on the service staff, support staff, and everyone in the organization must become for a success of the organization, everyone must become a service oriented. The R&D person, Brahmana should think 10 years ahead, 20 years ahead, what product, why it should be of maximum use for maximum people. It's a service, on a service ground, I should be able to think. And if I do not have a service mentality, Brahmana becomes a very arrogant person, arrogance of knowledge. Kshatriya, if he or she doesn't have the service mentality, that person becomes an autocratic dictator. Vaishya, if he or she doesn't have the service mentality, hoarding happens, profiteering. How can I make most money for myself? Then your wealth is not properly distributed. That is the reason around the world there are commotions across the world, because uneven distribution of wealth. It is held in one place and most people are deprived of the wealth. Only select few are having. That is leading to social unrest. And everyone must become a Shudra. On the top of that, if you have inclination, you can be a Shudra Vaishya, Shudra Kshatriya, Shudra Brahmana. This unique contribution, even the West and other religions, they can't even comprehend even now. Our India has talked about this classification. Though it is in other religion, they do not have words for this one, but this classification is there across. They do not have a word. The rishis of India, they have given the words for that one. It's a psychological classification. Namam karmani limpanti, name karma pales praha, iti imam yobijanati, karma birna sabhadyate. Shri Krishna says, no action can, my actions won't lead to any stigma attached. And karma pales praha, and I am not after any particular outcome. Itimam yobhijanati, one who understands this one about the Lord, for him or her also actions won't bind. Evam jnatva kritam karmam purvairapi mumukshibhihi kuru karmaiva tasmatvam purvai purvataram kritam kim karma kima karmeti kavayopyatra mohitaham tatte karma pravakshyami yajnatva mokshase ashubhat. And we think becoming busy in our life is a karma yoga. Shri Krishna says what to do, what not to do. Kavayopyatra mohitaha. Even the jnanis are confused. What to do, what not to do. Tatte karma. Therefore, I will talk about karma. Yajnatva mokshase. Having known regarding the karma, you should know what to do. Karma mokshase ashubhat. Moksha, freedom. We talk about moksha, I want moksha. Moksha, we don't know the meaning of moksha. Shri Krishna says, mokshase ashubhat. Freedom from inauspiciousness is called as moksha. Freedom from negativity, freedom from bondage is moksha. Karmano hyapi bodhavyam cha vikarmanaha akarmanascha bodhavyam gahana karmano gati. Karmano hyapi bodhavyam. I will talk about the karma. Karma opens up two ways. One is a selfish action for me. When I replace me with we, it becomes nishkama karma. If I am same action, if I am only doing for me and myself, it leads to bondage. Instead of if I am doing for ourselves, it becomes it's a path of freedom. That is why all Swamijis, they don't say I, they say we. Because there is in I, there is a selfish motive is there. In we, there is no selfish motive. It is a path of liberation. Karmana hyapi bodhavyam bodhavyam cha vikarmanaha. Wrong action, I will talk about wrong. Akarmanascha bodhavyam. What is inaction? I will talk about inaction, wrong action, selfish action and selfless action. 4 types. I will talk about that one. Karmanya akarmaya pashyet akarmani cha karmayah sabuddhiman manushyeshu sayukta krishna karma kritam. And we, for every action, we claim ourselves. We did that one, I did that one, I did that one, I am busy, I am stressed, I did this one. Shri Krishna says, one who sees karmanya akarma, in action in inaction and inaction in action, those who sees, he or she is the real illumined person. I gave an example in the shop floor, the laborer, maybe he or she has to come sharp at 8 o'clock and finish the shift at 4 o'clock and no freedom. Whereas the boss comes at 11 o'clock and goes out at 2 o'clock. The shop floor person will be thinking, boss hardly does anything. This company is running because of me. The shop floor person will be thinking, but little he knows, the company is running because of the boss. The boss appears to be not doing anything, in fact does everything. For us, we think we are doing everything. In fact, the Lord, though appear to be not to be seen, he is not in the picture. In fact, he is doing everything. Everything, in fact, it is the play of the Lord. We think we are doing, and though Lord appears to be not to be seen, in fact, he is doing everything. Those who understands the greatness of this one Lord, he is a real illumined person. He is the whatever it is happening in this world, what is in our control. This corona is not in our control. Omicron is not in our control. And if I want to go to one place, if I am held up in a traffic, it is not in my control. In a wakeful state, it is not in my control. I take appointment and I will say, sorry, I could not come. I fell sick. Sorry, I can't come. In wakeful state, nothing is in my control. In dream, what about in dream? I want to see the particular dream tonight, but I see a totally different dream. Dream phase, I am not in control. Deep sleep, I want to go to deep sleep. Whole night I am tossing here and there. I can't sleep also. Deep sleep is not in my control. Dream is not in my control. Wakeful state is not in my control. Still I claim everything is when I am doing. Shri Krishna says, you are not doing anything. In fact, and though I appear to be not doing anything, in fact, I am doing everything. Yasya sarve samarambha kama sankalpa varjitaha jnanagni dagda karmanam tamahu panditam buddha. Yasya sarve samarambha. Whatever Shri Krishna says, how to be free, how to be a great leader, he starts talking about whatever is the starting, kama sankalpa varjitaha, not to be bragging on, I did this one, samarambha, whatever, in the beginning, not to keep on claiming, kama sankalpa varjitaha. Offer your action, burn all your action through the fire of knowledge. Acquire the knowledge. Behind everything, Lord is doing. Acquire the knowledge, you burn your action in the fire of knowledge. So that when you burn, you are not taking any responsibility, there is no repercussion of karma. Otherwise, for every action, there is a counter reaction. Action, counter action is there. If you do not want any counteraction and burn your action in the jnanagni dagda karmanam. Tyaktva karma pala sangam nitya tripto nirashrayah karmanyabhi pravurtopi naiva kinchit karoti saham. Again, tyaktva karma pala sangam, give up the hankering for the particular result. You have in the second chapter we talked about karmanye vadikaraste ma paleshu kadachana. You have right only to act, not the result. Same thing he talks about you not to be hankering of after I want particular result. That leads to a lot of stress. You will be so stressed in your life because there is a desired outcome. You are expecting certain outcome, lead to the stress. Nitya tripto, always be contented. Always have smile on your face. Always have smile. Nitya tripto nirashrayah. Not to be dependent on anyone. Try to be independent. When you are dependent on somebody, then there is a bondage. Try to be independent. Do everything, whatever you can, as much as you can. Try not to dependent on others. Karmanya bi pravurtopi naiva kinchit karoti saham. Then, with this frame of mind, though engaged, so busy in my life, naiva kinchit, that person is in fact not doing anything. Though I am so busy, I am not doing anything in my life. I am so free. Otherwise, if I have a desired outcome, small job, I am so stressed. I am so stressed in my life. Shri Krishna says, in the path of liberation and offer everything to the Lord. Though you are so busy, morning till evening, so busy, you are not doing anything. You are free. I am free. I am free. When you are free, what is the mark of a person who is free? Always smile on the face. I am so free. So free because I am not doing anything. Nirashir yata chittatma tyaktva karma sarva parigraha shariram kevalam karma kurvan naproti kilbisham. And nirashir, not repeating again the secret of great super success. Nira asha, the desired outcome. Nira asha. And yata chittatma, mind under control, tyaktva sarva parigraha, not to be attached to my property, my business, my bank balance, my family, not to be too attached, because sooner or later you have to give up everything and go. If you are so attached, this attachment will hurt you so badly as you are leaving the body. You will be thinking, what will happen to my business? What will happen to my Swiss account? What will happen to my so much of investment property? What will happen to my children? What will happen to this one? And I am so attached, it will sting you badly at the time of death. Give up the notion of this is mine. That is the path of freedom, the path of great leaders who have done this one. Shri Krishna says, Purvairapi mumukshibhim, seekers of the liberation, they have done this one in the past. You also must do that one. We have done up to here last week, and yadrichalabha santushto dvandvatito vimatsaraha samasiddha asiddho cha kritvapi na nibadhyate. Yadrichalabha santushto dvandvatito vimatsaraha samasiddho asiddho cha kritvapi na nibadhyate. Yadrichalabha, whatever comes to your life, be happy with that one. And small children, the small babies, they are happy for no reason, always giggling and happy and thinking about whatever comes in your way. Try to be happy with yadrichalabha, icha, and without desiring whatever comes to your life, and be happy with that one. Yadricha, icha, yada icha, labha, whatever comes to your life, be happy with in your life. Yadricha labha, santushto, always be happy. Santushto, dvandvatito vimatsaraha. Dvandva, try to go beyond the extremities of life. Extremity, I want, I don't want, hot, cold, profit, loss. Try to have a balanced mind. Dvandvatito vimatsaraha, not to be jealous, looking at the prosperity of others. Vimatsaraha, sama, balance, mind. Sama, siddha, asiddho cha. Your mind should be balanced when things come as planned. Siddha, things happen, not to lose the cool of your mind. Samasiddho cha, asiddho cha, kritvapi na nibadhyate. Having this type of mental frame, kritvapi, your actions won't bind you. Gatasangasya muktasya, gatasangasya muktasya, jnana avasthita chetasaha, yajnaya charata karma samagram praviliyate. Gatasangasya muktasya. If you want to be a great leader, gatasangasya, no attachment. Gatasangasya muktasya. Move away from the notion of mine, me and mine. Jnana vastita chetasa. Establish yourself in the knowledge. Yajnaya charata karma. Do all your actions as an offering to the Lord. Yajnaya charata karma samagram praviliyate. And when you do this one, your actions won't bind you. And slowly Shri Krishna says, how to be free. You may be having a multi-billion-dollar business, and we wonder, I may be that for me, my portfolio, my business is very small. I am so worked out. But some great business people doing billions of dollars of business, how they are so free. They attend parties, they go to movies, they go to cricket match. They are so free. For me, and doing a small job, I think I am under stress. I am tired. I am stressed. What I am stressed about? I am looking after my 2 children and wife. For that, I feel I am stressed out. I have 1 child, managing 1 child, I can't manage. How people are managing multi-billion-dollar business? These are the tips Shri Krishna is giving for us to unbind ourselves. Next one, the famous shloka, we generally say this one at the time of eating meal. It should not be only confined to meal. Any time it can be told. Brahmarpanam, Brahmahavi, Brahmagno, Brahmanahutam, Brahmaiva, Tena Gantavyam, Brahma Karma, Samadhina. Brahma, Shri Krishna defines himself as Brahma. That is why after doing any action, any work, we say Krishnarpana. You can replace Brahmarpana with Krishnarpana. Krishnarpanam, Krishna Havir, Krishnana Hutam, Krishnaiva Tena Gantavyam, Krishna Karma Samadhina. Brahma you can replace with Krishna. Brahmarpanam, and what it is saying, whatever I am doing my action, I am offering to the Lord. Even my eating, it is not I am eating. It is not. In Mahabharata there is a story, the story Vedavyasa had sumptuous meal and after that he told, if I am fasting, may be able to walk on this water. He had sumptuous meal and he walked on the water. And others, they said, how it is possible? We saw you eating so heavy, so many things you ate. And this is the one. I am not eating. I am not eating. For us, we think we are eating 5-course meal, 6-course meal, that restaurant, this restaurant. I am enjoying. There is, Shri Krishna says, there is nothing that you are enjoying. It's everything, Lord, offer it to the Lord. The moment you think you are enjoying, you have to suffer also. When I say I am not enjoying, I am not doing anything, kritvapi na nibadyate, karmanyabhi pravrittopi, I may be doing so many things, still I am not doing anything. Even the eating also, not to say that I am here to enjoy. Even that also you offer it to the Lord. So, repercussion won't affect you. The moment you say that I am enjoying, and it is a best mantra you can have also for removing the toxins from the food. And so many vegetables, so many fruits, so much of pesticides are there, so many chemicals are there. You say this mantra before you eat so that the chemicals, pesticides won't affect. Don't say that I am eating. It is offer it to the Lord. Let Him neutralize whatever it is there, visha, whatever visha is there, poison is there. Let Him neutralize that one. Not to take the moment I say I am enjoying, I have to take the poison also along with me. Brahmarpanam, I am offering to the Supreme Lord. Brahma havihi, whatever the food, whatever action, this is the offering to the Lord. Brahmana hutam, these, the whatever actions, whatever food is the oblation I am putting into the fire of the jnana karma, into the Supreme Lord. Brahmaiva tena gantavyam, may whatever I have eaten, whatever karma I have done, may He digest all karmas, so that I don't want any negative or positive karma. I don't want any positive or negative. Let Him digest. I can't digest myself. Even I eat, let Him digest completely. Let it go to Him alone. And I don't want to take anything. And the Brahmaiva tena gantavyam, Brahma karma samadhina. My all actions may He neutralize. I don't want any positive or negative karma. Positive karma also leads to positive. Punya leads to rebirth. Papa leads to rebirth. I don't want anything. And let Him digest everything. I don't want to. I have no capacity to digest my karma. Only Lord alone can digest all my karma. How much knowledge I have? I have very limited knowledge. and so much of imperfection is there, and I can't digest my imperfection. Only He has to digest that one. He has to condone my imperfection. Only I don't, the Lord alone can digest all karmas or food what I have eaten, whatever I did, only Lord can digest. I don't want any outcome. Everything I offered it to the Lord. Again, these three shlokas, today's one, yadrichalabha santushto dvandvatito vimatsaraha samasiddho asiddho cha krutva pina nibadhyate gatasangasya muktasya jnanavastita chetasa yajnaya charata karma samagram praviliyate brahmarpanam brahmahavihi brahmagno brahmanahutam brahmaiva tena gantavyam brahma karma samadhina vasudeva sutam devam kamsa chanuramardanam devaki paramanandam krishnam vande jagadgurum.